What's going on, guys? Here's another video for you. This is 2000 in metal music, continuing the series here. I have a lot of albums to go through. 2000, I was 10 years old in 2000, and that's right around when I started to bug my mom, my parents to like buy me CDs, because obviously I wasn't old enough to buy stuff yet, or have a job rather. So we'll just dive right into them. And again, random order, random genres, random bands, as always. So the first one I have here, I have this on CD and vinyl. This is Acid King with Free. This is their second EP. I think it came right after Bussy Woods. Yeah. This is, this has the split with the Mystic Crew of Clearlight on it, which is Scott Wino's band, which is okay. I'm not like the biggest Saint Vitus fan. It's all right, but the Acid King Free side on here is amazing. It's like some of the band's best work, and this is a really cool vinyl. I've showed this off before. This is the Free EP as well as the Down with the Crown EP. Can't show that on YouTube, but yeah, man. Again, some of the band's best work. Quality doom metal, psychedelic doom metal with Laurie's kick-ass vocals. Can't go wrong. 4 songs. Everyone is just like, honestly, it's like a 10 out of 10 EP. It's some of my favorite work from the band. And Acid King's one of my favorite bands. So, all right, next up. This is a completely random one. This is a band from Ireland. This is their second album, I think. Yeah. This is The Middle Kingdom by Cruachan. Does this also have tits on it? Probably. Yeah, all right. Yeah, this is a great album. It's kind of interesting. My aunt and uncle were living in Ireland around, I think it was like 2006, 2005, somewhere around there. And they asked what I wanted for my birthday, and I told them this album. So this actually came from Ireland, which is pretty cool. It's a good album, suffers from production, but the songs are cool. I really like the first song, it's just straight bagpipes, very nice mournful song. There's also some like kind of punky songs in here. It's kind of a far cry from their first album, Tuatha Na Gael. I think that's what it's called, right? I don't know, I'm bad with names. But yeah, it's pretty good. I really like Calorades of Cooley. The Middle Kingdom is great. Orose Do, whatever the Gaelic song towards the end is awesome. And then Unstable Steeds of Macha. I always loved that song. But again, the production's not great. Kind of like a lot of their albums, it's sort of a mixed bag. You have to really be into like the whole Irish thing, which I am. So that's why I have like a bunch of their albums. All right, anyway, next one. We'll go with this one. Crystal and Isa, right? Yeah. Crystal and Isa by Passage to Hiver. This is right after they're probably the most well-liked album by them, the self-titled. And this is ferocious music. Oh my God. Right off the bat, you get like a blast beat driven song with like shrieking vocals and a really cool keyboard over it. It's not nearly as long as most of their other works. This whole album is, I think it's like 38 minutes. But it's a really good album. There's a really cool mid-tempo Burzum-y song on here. I like it a lot. It's kind of a little bit more Darkthrone influence than anything else, but it's good stuff. All right, up next. This one I kind of got semi-recently. It's the first one by Shooter, however the hell you say their name, to Shooter. Kill for Satan. This is from Seasons of Mist. I really like this band a lot. This isn't my favorite by the band. It's probably, my favorite's probably like Desert Northern Hell, or even Demonic Possession's really cool too. But this is a great first album. Production's a little rough, but I don't know. It's cool for what it is. It's very brimming at the seams with Hellfire. I'll just say that. It's a fairly short album. It's only like 33 minutes, but you got, Raping Christianity, Lord of Terror, title track, Demon Gate. Really good stuff. Again, not my favorite by them, but definitely one of their stronger ones. All right, after that, here's another black metal classic, at least for nowadays, since it's 26 years old. I always get these titles mixed up. Total Soul Rape by Kraft. Excellent stuff. A lot of people might say it's just kind of Darkthrone worship, but I mean, it is, but they definitely put their own flair on it. vocals are a huge standout for me on this. I love the drum production on here. I think it's that guy, I think Dirge Rep plays on here, if I'm not mistaken, and he was the drummer for like Enslaved for a while, and he played live with Gorgoroth and stuff. But I mean, come on, you can't go wrong with Death to Planet Earth, Kill Everything, Ultimate Satan, World of Plague. There's just, you know, pretty much all of Kraft's discography is great, and you know, this is a great one as well. So good stuff. Okay, after that, this is kind of a random one for me. This is back when this band was actually, I don't know, good. This is Thelma by Behemoth. I like this album a lot. It's good black death metal. It's more so death metal on this release. I feel like production is a little thin, a little, I don't want to say soulless, but it's kind of like one note. I guess that's my main problem with this album. But I love Actor Rebellion, Anti-Christian Phenomenon, Pansatyros is awesome. I also really like Vinvam Sabbathe and 23, the Youth Manifesto. Some really good songs on here. You could tell they're starting to go in the Morbid Angel direction on this album, that's fine, you know. But yeah, pretty solid album. Again, back when they were good, so happy to have it in my collection. This is a completely left turn from that album. This one, I've got to be honest, I don't listen to nearly as much as the one after it, Mechanical Animals. This is Hollywood by Marilyn Manson. I like it a lot. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I got this used for like $3. And I've listened to it a handful of times. However, I don't know if, what the fuck is even on this? Yeah, the love song is good. Disposable Teens, obviously. I like this album. I just couldn't name you a ton of songs on here. I'm a really big fan of Mechanical Animals. I think that one is better. Or maybe that came before this. I can't remember. I'm not really that well versed in the Marilyn Manson discography. But his early stuff is pretty solid. I like this album. And the other one too, Anti-Christian Phenomenon, is really good. I think that's what it's called. All right, we'll go with I'll go with this one. This is a kind of a weird one. This is Strange Old Brew by Carpathian Forest. Really like this album. However, it's very front heavy, which is the main problem I have with it. Now, there is better production on here than on Black Shining Leather, which I was complaining about in the last video, or a video or two ago. But I love Blood Cleansing. Mask of the Slave is one of their best songs. I love that song. Martyr and Sacrificulum is awesome. Suicide Song, Return of the Freezing Winds is Celtic Frost Worship. And then I love He's Turning Blue, but then there's like some like instrumental / ambient songs, which I could kind of do without. But those aside, it's a pretty solid album. Do I like it as much as like Morbid Fascination of Death or like Defending the Throne of Evil? Probably not, but it's still good for what it is. Some very solid songs. All right, this band that I've kind of come late to, this is one I got recently. This is like one of the best death metal albums I've ever heard, honestly. Closer to a World Below by Immolation. Just excellent, excellent work. The songwriting on here is just top tier. I love this thing through and through. Immolation is a band, again, I feel like I've said this in other videos, but I'm not great with naming song titles, but when I turn on the album, I pretty much just listen to it straight through because it's that engaging to me. Absolutely love the drum work on here. It's absolutely fantastic. A lot of the music breathes the cover, so you kind of get that orangey feel in the music. I forget what that's called when you like associate colors with music, but you definitely you think of the album cover when you hear the album, and it's a fiery death metal album that has like I think it almost has like a 4 on Rate Your Music, and that's for a reason. So excellent stuff. All right, next one. This is a random one. This is an Old Southern Lord album. I got this one kind of recently too. I only got this for $15, believe it or not. But this is Goatsnake with Flower of Disease. Very good album. I didn't like it at first when I first heard it, but I gave it a couple more tries, and I do appreciate it. I think I'm not always the biggest fan of the vocals, but this is the two guys from Sun are on this. Obviously, the guitar tone is on point. Really like the Alice in Chains influence. Of course, there's like a lot of Black Sabbath as well. It's a very solid album. It's short, it's only like 38 minutes, but I enjoy it. Not too familiar with anything else by the band, to be honest. But this one has always kind of stood out to me. Like, I always used... this was one of those albums I've always had, like on my computer since I'm probably, like, I don't know, 18, 19. But only recently I got into it, so good stuff. All right, next up, another EP. This is a really cool one. Ferocious EP. The Throne Conquered and Forgotten by Judas Iscariot. This is, I don't know if this is a bootleg. This is the third copy out of 250 by Ascension Monuments. I'm assuming that's like a bootleg thing. I don't know, but excellent EP. Blasts for days. This is, I think this is the first album with Cryptic Winter, although I think Heaven in Flames has Cryptic Winter because the drumming on Heaven in Flames is substantially better than anything before that, so you can make the argument. But anyway, yeah, love this EP. Again, ferocious as hell. It's, I think, almost just straight blasting, except for I think there's one like mid-tempo song. But yeah, this is definitely some of his best work. Akhenaten, great stuff. All right, next one. This is a classic. This is one that I think I might have bought this when I was like 10, 11. Oh no, this came out, yeah, I think I bought this when I was 11. But yeah, Midian by Cradle of Filth. This was like one of the first albums I ever bought physically. It was like, I think the first album I ever bought was like Issues by Korn, and then Clayman, and then this. So yeah, this album still holds up. Not the biggest fan of the drum production. I think Adrian, the drummer, does a fine enough job on drums, but otherwise, I mean, there's so many bangers on here. Cthulhu Dawn, Saffron's Curse is like one of their best songs. I love Death Magic for Adepts, especially the last part. Lord Abortion is excellent. Amore Morte is excellent. Her Ghost in the Fog, obviously excellent. Tearing the Veil from Grace and Tortured Asylum. I really love this album. Is it as good as Duskner Embrace? No. It might be, I might like this better than Cruelty and the Beast, and I know that's a hot take, but I just think there's so many great songs on here. Love the atmosphere of the cover, love the entire thing, like even the CD too, look how cool that is. This whole like masquerade. Yeah, absolutely excellent album. They were still great at this time. All right, so here's another, this is a random one. I think I bought this when I was like, I think I was like 16 or 17. This is Skyclad's Pokemon. This is Martin Walkier's last album with the band. Really like this album. Feel like it's a bit long in the tooth. Like it doesn't, I think it's like 55 minutes, this album. Doesn't need to be quite that long. But there's some really good, fun songs in here. If you don't know, Skyclad is like pretty much the first folk metal band like ever. They have a lot of fiddles, a lot of like jig type songs, really great vocals. Really like the lyrics too. They're definitely way ahead of their time with the lyrics as far as like commentary on like government and social shit and whatever. Love Polka Guys, Crux in the Message, Disenchanted Forest, You Lost My Memory, Deja Vu Ain't What It Used to Be. Very good album, very solid. Again, the only complaint is a bit long in the tooth, but you know, whatever. All right, up next, oh, I absolutely love this album. Gateways to Annihilation by Morbid Angel. Yeah, I bought this when I think I bought this when I was 16 too. I was going to a drum camp in Boston, and I went to Newberry Comics and picked this and Ordo Ad Chaos up, and this album stuck with me ever since. A lot of people don't like this album. I hear a lot of people talk shit about it. I guess I can see it from the standpoint of the drum production is very odd, but I mean, it's so heavy. It's so, just that solo on Summoning Redemption is just like, oh my God, it's so cool. To the Victor, the Spoils, At One with Nothing, Opening the Gates, God of the Forsaken, even the slower ones too, He Who Sleeps and stuff like that. Excellent album. Definitely, guess what? It's better than Blessed Are the Sick. Sorry. It's better than, yeah, it's better than Covenant, I would say. And it's certainly better than Domination. So take that to the bank. Said it and meant it. All right, up next, this is like one of the best albums ever made. Dope Throne, what can you say? Find me a better psychedelic doom album. That's a trick question because you can't. You know, for those of you who know, just some of the best music ever made, period. And sort of in the same vein, although not quite as good, but close. This is a cool one. Flood by Boris. This one that was first released, this is like one long 60-minute song. They divvied it up into 4 parts on this album. And yeah, it's a great album. It's not for everyone, especially like the first disc on here is like extremely bordering on like obnoxiously hypnotic. But the rest of the album is great. It's very epic, very heavy. You know, I love Boris. I love almost everything they do. Excellent album. After that is another one that people don't really like too much. This is Kronos by Rotting Christ. I think this is a fantastic album. I don't know why people have such... No one ever talks about this album when people bring up Rotting Christ. I mean, it is a little like it's kind of like oscillating between like goth rock and like, I guess black metal, although not really. I mean, like Thou Art Blind is definitely black metal, but then they have songs like My Sacred Path and If It Ends Tomorrow, which I personally love. I guess I can kind of see why people wouldn't like it, though. It is like kind of an awkward style. They're trying to find ground that I guess they stepped into with Sleep of the Angels. But I love, like, the title track is excellent. Fateless is, like, one of their best songs. I really like this album a lot. I don't know. I feel like it just doesn't get its due. After that, all right, yeah, this is the second album I ever bought. Clayman. Excellent album. One of their best. Easily one of the best melodic death metal albums. Not that that's really saying a ton, but, I mean, even to this day, it still holds up. Bullet Ride, Pinball Map, Only for the Weak, Clayman, Brush the Dust Away, Swim, Another Day in Quicksand. The deep cuts, too, are excellent. What can you say? Anders' vocals sound amazing on this as well, so excellent stuff. All right, here's one that's pretty controversial. I don't know if people are going to like this one too much, but if you watch my other videos, this is Creed of Iron by Graveland. Very good stuff. This is the first album where Rob Darkin plays drums. Love Tyrants of Cruelty, Ancient Blood, Blood and Ash. This also has the, is it called? I'm thinking of that fucking Finnish band, Ride for Revenge. Oh no, yeah, this has the Raise Your Swords EP as well on this, so that's really cool. Very good album. Rob does an okay job on drums. He's like on par with Capricornus. Not that that's saying anything, but it's a good album. I really like the production on here. It's very triumphant, like all the older stuff. So good stuff, you know. After that, you want to go with the weird one? Yeah, Spit by Kitty. You know, I like the first 2 albums like an okay amount. I like it enough for it to remain in my collection. Really love the song Spit. I really like Charlotte. Brackish is goofy as fuck. And then the other ones are like, they're fine, you know. It was cool when it came out, and it was just one of those things where it's like, there's a certain level of nostalgia on this album. I remember downloading the video of them playing Spit at Ozfest off like Napster and just thinking it was the coolest thing. She did have some pretty gnarly vocals for back then, so, you know, is it the best thing out there? No, but it's not horrible. Kind of like this album, Incinerate Him by Deicide. It's not as bad as I remember. Bible Basher's cool. I think Worst Enemy's not bad. It's okay. It benefits from the fact that it's only like 30 minutes, so there's that. And it's not as bad as In Torment in Hell. Glenn's vocals sound good on here, but you could tell the songs were rushed. I mean, you know, there's a reason no one really likes this album that much besides the dog. But, yeah, it's not bad. I'd still take it over, like, fucking Tomb Mold and all that bullshit. You know, I'd probably give it, like, I don't know, 5 out of 10. It's all right. You know, it's kind of a classic at this point. All right, 4 more. This is Primordial with Spirit, the Earth, Flame. Really good stuff. I mean, you got Gods of the Godless on here, the Burning Season. Yeah, very good stuff. It's not as good as like To the Nameless Dead or The Gathering Wilderness or even the albums after that, but I like it a great deal. It's definitely their best so far in the discography. Like, I like it better than Journey's End and Imrama, especially. Imrama is like kind of like but Journey's End is cool. This is really cool too. I feel like they're just starting to find their sound here, which is really cool. And obviously, Alan does an excellent job on vocals per usual. So good stuff. This is another one that a couple of these albums are just kind of like oddballs. This is Quintessence by Borknagar. This one kind of suffers from bad production, but you know, you have Colossus on here, which is like one of the best songs they've ever made. Vortex's vocals are incredible. Really like, is it Ruins? Presence is Ominous, I think I really like a lot too. I remember the drumming on here being really, really good. Again, it's more them moving into that progressive direction of black metal, which isn't always the best, but this one in particular is not bad. I like it better than albums like Epic and like a couple of the other ones that followed after that. Still has some black metal elements on here, which is cool, but yeah, not bad. Not bad stuff. All right, last two here. Gorgoroth, Incipit Satan. This is another weird one. I love Incipit Satan. I love World of Wind is amazing. But then you have like Litany Till Satan, which is weird. Unchain My Heart. The song title alone is odd, but that is a goddamn banger of a song. An Excerpt of X is a weird one. And the rest are pretty weird too. There's like the last song when Love Rages Wild in My Heart, which is like he does like Danzig vocals on, which is odd. But it's a pretty good album. It's it's not any less odd than like Destroyer in theory. So, and I really like the production on here. The drumming is, I don't know, he's like not the best drummer, but I guess it fits. But there's some really, really good riffs on here. So I'll just leave it at that. And then also this is Gall's first album with the band, which is cool. And then the last one, this is another one that's kind of good, not great. This is Damned in Black by Immortal. I used to love this back in the day. Nowadays, I feel like it doesn't really hold up quite as well. I still love Triumph and like The Darkness That Embraces Me and Inner Mystic Visions Blessed is really cool. But the rest of it is kind of, to me, it's sort of filler. It's definitely like at this point in their career when they released this is their most radio friendly album for sure. That's why I feel like a lot of people didn't really like it too much. Still nowadays, people kind of regard it as like it's an okay album. I'd probably give it like a 7 out of 10. I like Sons of Northern Darkness better. I think I might like this better than All Shall Fall, but you know, it's still Immortal and there's still some highs on it, so can't give it too much shit. Good stuff. All right, that's it for 2000. I think 2001 is even longer, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one.